What's going on, gamers? It's Lord Soccer OG here, and today I have another solo duo blackout win for you guys. My teammate went down early, and so I wanted to give you guys some solo duo tips that can help you guys when your buddy goes down early, win the game, possibly get more kills, and just enjoy it more and get your buddy involved as well. So we're going to jump right into these tips here for you guys, and hopefully they help you guys out. So first, I want to talk about fighting and killing. Right, this is going to be the first section of the tips, and I think that this is very important because obviously you're going to be fighting people and you're going to be taking people out. So I wanted to give you guys these tips here. So since you don't have a partner to revive you anymore, you're going to have to engage in fights differently, right? One is that your positioning is going to matter more in this situation. Engaging in a gunfight when you're in open terrain, for example, is going to be much tougher for a couple of reasons. I'm going to break these reasons down for you. Now, one is there's so many opportunities to get flanked in an open terrain situation, right? If they were to do any damage to you, the moment you go to heal, you know that one of those guys is going to be calling out, hey, he's healing. They know that you're not peeking out for a while. Instinctively, they're going to think that you're healing. So one of them is either going to try to wrap around, try to flank you, and when you go to peek out, that could get you killed because you may think, hey, they're in the same spot. Let me peek out and get back into this fight. And another one has rotated, you know, a couple of trees over to the left and can see you as soon as you pop out. Boom, you get killed. That's it, you know. So that's one of the reasons. Throwables are going to be used in open terrain that could potentially get you killed, such as cluster grenades, frags, molotovs. They're going to be throwing those things at you because they have that ability to, and so you got to be wary of those. And you're not going to have a teammate who's going to be able to stop them by pushing or returning fire. So say if they flash you or they can cuss you, you bet your ass they're going to bull rush you and try to finish that kill. And next is your gunfight can be completely under control in open terrain. You can't be putting these guys down, you know, putting bullets into both of them, but there's still an opportunity for you to get third-partied or shot by somebody else, right? And once again, you're dead because you can't get revived, and so it's very important for you to be wary of these things in open terrain. Now, there's some exceptions, and I'm going to go into these right now. So it's different, right? If you get in a gunfight in open terrain and they don't know that you're there, right? If you have the chance to take them out, then by all means, take these guys out. Send them back to the lobby screen, baby. But this should be in a situation where you are guaranteed to kill and can turn the gunfight into a 1v1 situation, right? Now that it's a 1v1 situation, it's a level playing field. It's going to be a much different game, right? And so you want to make sure that if you're going to engage in open terrain against two players who are moving through, make sure that one, you can get one of that gunfight. If you can get one of those guys down and you can get that kill. And like I said, you are aware of the circle as well, right? You don't want to be engaging in gunfights and you don't have a lot of heals and you're outside of the circle. Also, try to engage in a house if you can, or if you're getting pushed back, try to go into a house. This is going to do a couple of things for you when you're solo. This will minimize throwables because they're going to have to throw them inside the house, right? But you're going to be able to bounce from room to room. You can dodge them, and you're going to be able to close doors as well. And if it gets really hot, you're going to be able to hop out of the house, maybe on the other side that they're not at, and then hop back in. And two, windows. We've all seen them. Every single damn window in this game is dirty as hell for some reason, and they all have crazy glades. So this is going to make it much harder for a person who's approaching you and the windows are not broken, who's trying to look in, right? They're going to see that glare. They're going to know, you know, they're not going to have the best visibility looking through that window, whereas you're going to be looking out. You're going to be able to see them much more clear with that green background behind them, or the brown background behind them, or whatever terrain that you're in at that moment with that house. It's going to be much easier to see outside of that building, making it easier for you to kill them. And lastly is it's going to reduce the amount of angles that you can get shot from, right? If you're inside of a building, you have walls protecting you. They're only going to be able to shoot you, you know, by entering the building through a door, through a window, right? And you should be pre-aiming these spots based on sound before they even enter that building, right? Also, positioning. Having higher ground is a tactic that is almost always going to be advantageous in basically any game, right? It enables you to create head glitches because of the high ground, right? Say if you are barely peeking over, you're only going to be showing your head to these people, and that's going to be a very hard shot for them. No matter how good the player is, it's making you a harder kill by having that high ground, right? And it also makes your throwables more deadly. You can throw these throwables farther when you're aiming down. They'll travel farther because that drop distance is low. You whereas their throwables are going to be less deadly, right? Because they're going to have to throw these throwables higher, so they're not going to travel as far, and you're going to be able to dodge them as well. Also, it gives you the opportunity to heal because running up a hill takes longer. So if they were to give you damage, right, and you fall back and they're like, all right, let's push this guy, it takes longer to run up a hill in this game than it does to run on level ground. So that's something to keep in mind as you are, positioning yourself. Having higher ground is a big deal. And also, if you're a 300 IQ player, you could place the sun behind you and pull like a Art of War move on these noobs, you know what I mean? And like totally wreck them. You have high ground with a head glitch and the sun's in their eyes. Dude, it's a big advantage for you. So also, I want to go into now finishing players, right? You've killed this player or you've downed this player. How do you go about that? And this is a huge deal that could get you killed or it can get you 2 loot boxes. So there's going to be times when you down a player, right, and you have that urge to thirst them. You know, you got 9 kills. I want to get that 10th kill, baby. Now, this decision should be determined on a couple of things, right? If they're right in front of you, take them out, but take them out with a melee. Conserve your ammo. Save those bullets for the next guy because you know he's coming. You're going to need as many bullets as possible, and I'm going to talk about that in a couple more tips. Now, if you're in a long distance gunfight, right, you have a sniper and you get him down and he's crawling through the field, take him out, right? And if his buddy can't shoot you, if his buddy's not beaming you down, take that guy out and turn this into a 1v1. But if you down someone and you're in a house, for example, be wary that teammate will be running at you to try and save his buddy. You know his buddy's screaming in the mic, I'm down, come revive me, bro, he's in my room, he's gonna finish me. Like, you know, his buddy's like panicking, you know, he's gonna try and save them. So you should be pre-aiming where his footsteps are coming from instead of thirsting this down player, wasting your ammo. You know what I mean? Get those 2 kills, man, and start looting 2 boxes. And you can also use that down player now that he's still alive as bait and try to lure his teammate in and get a 2-for-1, right? But be careful that teammate could be calling out to his partner your location if you're baiting him. So that's a couple of different situations that I wanted to give you in terms of finishing players. So now I want to move on to perks, right? And perks are your friend in this game, but more specifically, Dead Silence, Skulker, Medic, and Consumer are perks that you want to have in your inventory if you can, and you want to use them wisely, right? You saw here I used Dead Silence in the gameplay where I charged 2 players in the open with Dead Silence on. And I did this because I knew that they were just in a gunfight based on the gunshots with another team. I knew that they didn't know where I was coming from, and I guessed that they were probably looting because the gunshots stopped. And so a rush made sense to catch them off guard, 2 easy kills, Dead Silence, you know what I mean? But keep in mind that having Dead Silence on doesn't mean that you are completely silent in this game. I've had moments where players were camping corners and I had Dead Silence on and they heard me and they knew where I was coming from even with Dead Silence. So keep that in mind as you're pushing players and you're super confident with Dead Silence on, but it is still a huge advantage for you guys approaching players. Second is Skulker. Having Skulker is a huge advantage for you in close quarters combat. If you're inside of a building and you're crouched and you have Skulker on, you're going to be moving side to side so fast. It's going to be so hard for that other player to kind of keep up with you, and really it's going to make you a harder kill, and it is going to allow you to kill that other player faster, which is going to give you the opportunity to reset, kind of listen for where this other player is coming from. And so I think Skulker is a huge close quarters combat perk advantage that you guys should be carrying with you as well. Next is Consumer, right? I mentioned Consumer because, like I said before, you're going to be taking damage in gunfights. Almost 90% of the gunfights that I get into, I take damage, and it's just part of this game. Players panic, players have snap aim, you're playing against good players, aim assist, there's a lot of reasons why you'll take damage. But having that ability when you have Consumer perked to heal back up quickly is going to make it harder for the enemy to push you, because you're not staying behind that rock as long, right? You're gonna boom, pop that med kit and you pop back out and boom, and you start suppressing fire again. You start trading with these guys, because like I said, the other team, they're gonna see you go behind that rock, go behind that tree, get in that house, and they're gonna like wonder, you know, he's not popping out, he's probably healing, let's push, let's try to catch this guy or get closer to this guy. So having Consumer is going to allow you to get back in this fight. And it also, Consumer is one of the perks that lasts the longest. This perk lasts for a hell of a long time compared to like Dead Silence, and so this is going to allow you to have that perk popped for a long time. It's going to allow you to pop your first aids and medkits for a long time faster, and other perks as well. So this is a good perk to have. Also Medic, right? I like to pop medic before gunfights because of the fact, like I said, it increases my heals for both my med kits and my first aids. And this is all, once again, about getting back in the fight, not allowing players to flank you, and just making sure that you're trading fire with these guys so you don't get outplayed. So now I want to talk about something that most players don't do, is utilizing your buddy. Right now, your buddy's out of the game. He dies early, but that doesn't mean that they can't help you win, right? You should be asking your teammate, hey man, search around the screen for me, or listen to footsteps. Oftentimes as gamers, we get something called tunnel vision. Now that happens where we see a player on the screen and we just focus on that player. We're trying to kill that player and we're not being wary of everything else around the screen, and that could get you killed, right? So having your buddy looking out for these players while you're aiming at somebody else could save you from getting your head taken off, or it could cause you to see another player that you can take out of the game, therefore making your ability to win the game that much better. Now, does your buddy have a better headset than you, right? Say you have the standard gaming headset because your Turtle Beaches are out of commission right now, but your buddy is a sweat and he's got the Astro A40s. Hey, tell him, listen for footsteps, man. Help me out, you know what I mean? I may not be hearing the best. They can help you and tell you, hey, you got a guy coming up behind you, turn around. You know what I mean? And that's going to be ways to engage your partner, so that way they don't get bored and just scroll on their phone the whole time while they're waiting for you to die or win the game. It's going to help you, you know what I mean? And they're going to be engaged, and it's going to also make the game a little bit more fun for them, even though they lost. Now I'm going to go into items to grab, right? You want to grab extended mags. Extended mags are your friend in this situation. Sometimes you're gonna have to kill 2 players in rapid succession, and you're not gonna have the chance to get that reload off. So having those extra bullets in your magazine is going to give you a better chance of getting both of those kills. Now I want to talk about something called insta reloading, and this is a habit that a lot of us are susceptible to, including me. And that's where you see a player and he ducks away, but you shoot a couple shots, and so you automatically tap X and you reload your gun again. This is a habit. Now when you're in this situation, I want to warn you about, because insta reloading can get you killed when you're in that animation. That partner can come in while his buddy's down and take you out when you're in that animation. Whereas say if you just killed that player, kept that mag out, you have probably 20 bullets. That's more than enough bullets to get that kill, even if he has armor, right? So I just want to warn you guys about insta reloading and kind of being cautious when you have a player down or when you have 2 players around you. And also, if you're ever in this animation, if this is just a habit of yours that you do all the time, double Y or double triangle is going to stop that animation from happening, and hopefully save you time to get that kill when that guy rushes in. Trauma kits. Trauma kits are huge for winning both gunfights in close quarters, right? And you should use them ASAP. I talk about this in my previous video. It's called front loading, and what that means is basically you're gonna get this trauma kit and you're gonna pop it right away, so you're at 200. Now I don't know about you, but in almost every gunfight I win, once again, I take damage. So having that extra 50 points stacked on your health is going to give you a better chance at killing that guy's partner when he comes rushing in. Say you take damage and it drops you down to 150, you're still at full health, plus in the instance that you do have armor, it's gonna be a pretty even gunfight, and that's just gonna help you move on and get more kills and potentially win the game. Or it could be that last final kill. That trauma kit is gonna save your life. Trust me, it's saved mine plenty of times. So pick up those trauma kits and front load ASAP. Looting now. So looting is going to be very important, because there's going to be certain situations where you're going to have to loot a person. Looting one of the partners is never a good idea unless you know that the other one is gone, right? You should never start looting the guy you killed if he goes down and you killed him. That's a fast pass to get your ass sent back to the lobby screen. So I encourage you guys to wait for the next guy to come and get yourself 2 bags to loot by killing them both, instead of just being an easy kill where he shoots you because you're looting the bag. Now, I have a couple other tips for you guys as well that I like to call no shit tips. Now, these are the tips that when you tell somebody, they're going to be like, no shit, but you'll be surprised, So one is make sure you're always at full health, obviously. Make sure your guns are always reloaded. Make sure you have your durables in your button slot and your medkits in your button slot as well. So those are my no shit tips. No need to go into more about those, but those are the ones that I just felt like I should tell you guys. If I left anything out, please make sure to comment them below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, guys. We have an awesome video coming for you guys Wednesday. That's all for me. Happy gaming, gamers. I'm out.